Hello Dragons, and welcome to this instructional video for Lesson 7 Part 3, Money. The main idea behind this economics lesson is money is a key to the economic process. With that in mind, by the end of watching this video, you'll be able to explain the functions that money serves, describe the characteristics that an item must have to be used as money, identify the sources of money's value, and identify and describe the types of money that are used in the United States. Now that the outcomes for this lesson have been shared with you, let's get started. Suppose that you go shopping and decide to buy a jacket. When you pay for the jacket, you hand the clerk a live chicken. The clerk refuses to accept the chicken, so you offer him 12 oranges, a walrus tusk, a picture of your cousin, and a coffee mug. The clerk refuses all of these items as well. Finally, you open your wallet and offer the clerk several pieces of paper, each bearing a picture of an 18th century politician named Alexander Hamilton, and the number 10 printed in green. Why does the clerk accept these pieces of paper, but not the other items? Both the clerk and you recognize the pieces of paper, a form of money, as a guaranteed standard of value in the United States. What is money and what gives it value? In this video, you will find the answers to these questions as you learn about the functions and characteristics of money, the sources of money's value, and the various forms of money. It is possible to barter, or exchange goods and services without using money. In bartering, no medium of exchange is needed. Bartering still occurs in many parts of the world, particularly in traditional economies. Also, in some highly developed economies, individuals barter by performing services for one another. In the United States, for example, a carpenter might exchange his or her services with an electrician or a plumber, rather than pay for the services with money. How does money differ from barter? Money is anything that people commonly accept in exchange for goods and services. Money was developed to overcome the problems associated with bartering, such as those in the example of buying a jacket. In the United States, money has three basic functions, each of which makes it a more efficient system than barter. Money serves as a medium of exchange, a standard of value, and a store of value. Any item that serves any of these three functions is a type of money. Money primarily is a medium of exchange. A medium of exchange is any item that sellers accept as payment for goods and services. As a medium of exchange, money assists in the buying and selling of goods and services, because buyers know that sellers will accept money in payment for products. For example, if you have a part-time job in a restaurant, you will be paid in money rather than in barbecue sauce. You can, of course, use that money to buy barbecue sauce, as well as movie tickets and concert t-shirts, if you so choose. Another use of money is as a standard of value. That is, money provides people with a way to measure the relative value of goods and services by comparing their prices. In this way, people can compare the worth of items such as a television and a bicycle. They also can use prices to judge the relative values of two different models or brands of the same type of item. In the United States, the standard of value is expressed in dollars and cents. Goods and services for sale are marked with a price that shows their value using these forms of measurement. If an audio cassette costs $10 and a pizza costs $5, a consumer knows that the relative value of the cassette is twice that of the pizza. In addition to allowing consumers to compare prices, money as a standard of value helps clarify opportunity costs. Suppose that Melanie has $10 to spend. She knows that this amount of money allows her to choose either a cassette or 2 pizzas. If Melanie chooses to buy 2 pizzas, she gives up the chance to buy the cassette, the opportunity cost of her decision. Consumers like Melanie make more informed choices when they consider both the price and the opportunity cost of their decisions. Money's function as a standard of value also is important in record keeping. Whether measured in pounds of salt, sacks of rice, bales of cotton, or dollars and cents, businesses need to determine profits and losses. Similarly, governments must be able to figure tax receipts and the cost of expenditures. Money provides a standard system of measurement for these accounting tasks. That is, it allows businesses and the government to calculate their expenses and profits in a recognizable standard of value. In turn, this system of measurement allows investors to compare two businesses' performances by looking at, for example, how many dollars they make in profit during a specific time period. It would be much more difficult to compare one business's profit of 500,000 pounds of salt with another's 300,000 sacks of rice. A third function of money is that it can be saved or stored for later use. For money to serve as a store of value, two conditions must be met. First, the money must be non-perishable. That is, it cannot rot or otherwise deteriorate while being saved. Would steak make a good store of value? Probably not, because the steak would spoil. Second, the money must keep its value over time. In other words, the purchasing power of the money must be fairly constant. Water would be a poor store of value because it evaporates. You would lose purchasing power as quickly as your water supply dried up. If both of these conditions are met, people can accumulate their wealth for later use. If not, most people would be hesitant about saving money today, for it would be worth little or nothing tomorrow. Now that you know what money does, how can you determine if a particular item would work well as money? To be used as money, an item must have certain characteristics. The 5 major characteristics of money are durability, portability, divisibility, stability in value, and acceptability. Durability refers to money's ability to be used over and over again. Eggs would be a poor choice for money because they are fragile and perishable. Metals, such as gold and silver, however, are ideal because they can withstand wear and tear. In fact, many coins minted thousands of years ago are still in existence. Are US dollars durable? Yes, because they can be used many times. Additionally, a damaged dollar bill can be replaced easily. Money's usefulness may depend on its portability, or ability to be carried from one place to another and transferred from one person to another. As a medium of exchange, money must be convenient for people to use. Large stones, such as those used for money on the island of Yap in the South Pacific, would be difficult to use in a large region because of the problems of moving them. U.S. paper money, on the other hand, is small and lightweight, making it portable. Divisibility refers to money's ability to be divided into smaller units. The US dollar is divisible into any amount between 1 and 100 cents. By combining the various coins and bills, buyers and sellers are able to make transactions of any amount down to the nearest penny. Divisibility also enhances money's use as a standard of value, because exact price comparisons between products can be made. For example, many grocery stores display shelf labels that list the price of a good and service per unit, such as an ounce. One 24-ounce bottle of Powerade may cost $1.29, while a 32-ounce bottle may cost $1.59. Each ounce of Powerade in the smaller bottle costs about 5.4 cents, while each ounce in the larger bottle costs about 5 cents. The divisibility of the dollar into cents enables consumers to compare prices of various products. As you know, for money to be useful as a store of value, it must be stable in value. Stability in value encourages saving and maintains money's purchasing power. Most people who save money are confident that it will have approximately the same value when they want to buy something as it had when they put it into savings. Suppose that you put $50 in a savings account and withdraw it in 1 year. Although prices probably will have increased somewhat because of inflation, you will still be able to pay for goods and services with the money you have saved. Acceptability means that people are willing to accept money in exchange for their goods and services. People accept money because they know that they, in turn, can spend it for other products. Tourists from the United States to a Pacific island, where shells are used as money, for example, would have trouble buying goods with their dollar bills. Shopkeepers would not accept the paper money because it could not be used to buy more merchandise on the island. If the tourists exchanged their dollars for shells, however, they would be able to make purchases with the local money. As you have learned, money must have and retain value. But how does money acquire this value? Economists have identified 3 sources of value for money. In fact, money can be identified by its source of value. The 3 types of money are commodity money, representative money, and fiat money. An item that has a value of its own, as a commodity, and that is also used as money is called commodity money. Throughout history, societies have used many commodities as money. Precious metals such as gold and silver, and gems such as rubies, emeralds, and diamonds often have been used as money. Today, salt is a commonplace commodity, but in ancient Rome, salt was so rare and desirable that it was used as money. Rather than being a rare item, commodity money is in some cases the most convenient type of money available. For example, tobacco was used as money in Virginia in the early 1600s. Why? Tobacco was plentiful because tobacco farming was the major source of income for individuals as well as for the colony. An item that has value because it can be exchanged for something else of value is representative money. Such items have no intrinsic value. That is, their only value is the value they represent. The first use of representative money in colonial America occurred in the late 1600s. In 1690, the Massachusetts Bay Colony issued bills of credit to help finance King William's War, which was fought against American Indians. Printed on these bills of credit was the amount of money that colonists had loaned to the Massachusetts government. These bills could be redeemed with the colony's treasurer. Other colonies soon followed the Massachusetts example and issued bills of credit that could be redeemed for specie, gold or silver. The amount of specie held by a government backs or defines the worth of representative money. If a government has large reserves of specie and limits the amount of representative money issued, then the money has a high value. This value decreases, however, if a government has a small reserve of specie and issues more representative money. During the American Revolution, the Continental Congress issued representative money, called Continentals, to finance the war for American independence from Great Britain. Few Continentals were redeemed for specie, however, because the government had little of it. The Continentals lost so much of their value that they became nearly worthless, and colonial merchants often refused to accept them. Value is attached to fiat money because a government fiat or decree says that it has value. In the United States, coins and paper money are examples of fiat money. Like representative money, fiat money has little or no value without this government decree. The materials used to produce U.S. coins are, in fact, worth much less than the face value of the coins. The money has value solely because the government says that the paper money and coins must be accepted for all transactions. Thus, unlike representative money, fiat money cannot be redeemed for specie or other items. Its value ultimately stems from citizens' faith in the U.S. government. The majority of nations in the world today use a form of fiat money called currency, coins and paper bills, for money. The Lydians, an ancient people in Asia Minor, minted the world's first coins about 635 BC. The Chinese developed the first paper currency, perhaps as early as AD 650. The United States primarily relies on fiat money. Its money takes the form of coins, paper money, checks, and another type of money known as near money. Coins and paper money make up U.S. currency. Coins are made by the U.S. Mint, a bureau of the Department of the Treasury. Paper currency is printed by the Bureau of Engraving and Printing in Washington, D.C. Although the government held gold and silver as partial backing for paper money until 1971, today U.S. currency is not redeemable in specie. Checking accounts make up the largest segment of the U.S. money supply. Because checks can be paid on demand, in other words at any time, checking accounts sometimes are referred to as demand deposits. Checking accounts are fiat money because they stand for the bank's willingness to pay on demand in currency issued by the government. Checks generally are accepted because banks are willing to pay the amount of the check when it is presented for payment. Checking accounts, therefore, are considered money because they are a medium of exchange, a standard of value, and a store of value. Many financial assets are similar to money. These assets, such as savings accounts and time deposits, are referred to as near money, and they are not always counted as part of the nation's money supply. Although such assets are easily accessible, these accounts cannot be used directly to buy goods or to pay debts. Depositors, for example, cannot pay their bills with a certificate of deposit, or CD. Because funds in these accounts can easily be converted into cash, however, they are considered near money. So that's the way it is with Lesson 7, Part 3, Money. At this point you should know that money has made the exchange of goods and services more sophisticated. Money has 3 basic functions and 5 characteristics. And societies use different forms of money. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to have the entire catalog of economics videos available at your fingertips. Click the subscribe button and then click the follow bell to receive notifications as to when the channel is updated. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in class, Dragons. See ya!